What is up, everybody? We're on the keys now. About to watch the new Presence film, the ghost film. Probably do a review in my car on the way back. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what it has in store for us. Yeah, it's more of a psychological, experimental film, I think. But let's find out. Probably cut to me being in the cinema. We're here, dudes. All these film posters. They're so cool. Man, I love the cinema. It's the best place. I love being around these corridors. They're dark and like the LED lights. Okay, everybody. It's very quiet. I've just finished watching Presence. It was interesting. Interesting experience. Not what I expected it to be. At first, wasn't too keen, surprisingly. But then at the end, it really got good. Hello, everybody. So I'm in the car now, where I can talk and not be judged by the general public for recording vlogs. Yeah, Presence. Interesting. I liked it in the end. Yeah, it was interesting, you know? It was interesting. Why was it interesting, you may ask? Well, first things first is because I was expecting it to be quite a scary film where the ghost is kind of like the bad guy in the whole kind of film. But that was not the case. The ghost was actually quite friendly, and I'm not really spoiling the film there because it's quite obvious from the get-go, kind of. So, yeah, I mean, that was the first thing. Second thing, I don't really know there's so much to speak about. I'll just keep speaking about shit. But yeah, The Ghost is a very unique film, and that's the main thing I absolutely loved about the film, is how unique it is. We've never had a film with the ghost perspective. And the use of the wide angle lens, both makes it very, very scary, the film. Very, very scary. Because of just how the wide angle looks. It creates negative space, it kind of distorts the walls, it makes everything more distorted, makes everything just look way more creepier. But also, the wide angle lens also matches our kind of perspective as human eyes. So it also kind of makes us feel like we're in that situation, and it also makes us feel like we are kind of the ghost. It looks like we are kind of staring at the family and kind of being the ghost in a way. So there was definitely that. Now, what I will say is the film was heavily reliant on blocking and staging. The way the characters move, and the way the way the characters move, and the way they speak to the next person, the movement of the characters and the way the camera follows, it's very heavily reliant, especially on the dialogue scenes, on blocking and staging, and that's done very well. Now, what I didn't like about film, there was a lot of fat. Now, what I mean by like fat, I don't even know if I can say that nowadays, but there was a lot of bullshit that we didn't really need to see, and this is kind of the thing. When I was watching the film, it was strange because I was watching it, and I was initially very interested, so kind of on this peak where I'm like, oh, you know, I'm very interested. And then for a good solid majority of the film, 40 minutes, I was like, what is this rubbish? Because being very honest here, most of it is just people talking. It's like everyday life, and it was a shame. You know, it's a shame because, yeah, most of it is just like a family talking. It's like, do we really need to see this, you know? Like, it's just boring. I think it's very boring. I'm not just trying to say that because today's day and age and TikTok brain and the short attention spans. I generally think, you know, the first 10-15 minutes is pretty good, you know, introduces the characters. But after that, it's like a good solid 40 minutes. It's just very flat. And I just feel like it's very boring and unnecessary. You know, and what I didn't like about the film as well is how it's unique. If it's unique, and it is, and most of the film is unique, the beginning bit does not need to be a family moving in and a ghost. How many times have we seen that kind of film? You know, I feel like, I mean, knowing the twist now, I feel like we could have been introduced to the ghost a lot differently maybe through, I mean, a Ouija board. It doesn't really make sense when you watch the film. You understand why it doesn't make sense. I don't want to spoil the film too much, but I think they could have just done it a bit differently. Maybe the family could have already been in their house. The amount of times I've seen a film, or a horror film, has been structured along the, what the fuck, Shamon? Oh, sorry, I think. What the hell is going? Oh shit. Okay. Something's happened with the police. Sorry guys. I'm gonna have to go. Oh. This is strange. Yeah, just to kind of quickly say, there's been loads of car crashes. Yesterday when we were filming, I saw a motorbike crash and someone literally kind of dead. I looked like they were on the floor, and the same things happened down there when I was driving up, but now it's obviously a lot worse, or some shit's happened. I don't know, I'll have to go along Bristol Roadway. Anyway, continuing, I forgot where I was. Yeah, it's a unique film, and the amount of times I've seen a horror film where a family's moved into a new house and there's ghosts, like, oh my god, I don't need to see that again, man. I don't need to see that again. And this film is unique, and it's striving for that. So I just feel like that could definitely be a bit different. Now, what I loved about the film was one thing I absolutely love, was the ending and the twist. Very fucking good. Fair fucking play. Jesus. God, it was good. The twist was good, man. And you don't expect it, and I really liked it. The ending really saved it. And one of the final shots in the film is kind of creepy, man. But yeah, the film wasn't particularly scary, and that's another thing I didn't like, was the reviews like saying, oh, it's the scariest film, and scary this and scary that. So I was going into it thinking, well, this is going to be like a Conjuring or an Insidious. There's some sort of demonic entity in this house to, you know, terrorizing this home. But there wasn't, and it was you know, friendly ghosts. So yeah, it was definitely interesting. Yeah, but the twist was absolutely phenomenal. I think it was really good, and I think the only reason because if I came out of that and nothing happened, the ending didn't happen, I would have been a 3. I would not have been happy with the film, because I think most of it was quite boring, and that's the main part. So yeah, I think most of it was quite boring. Just the midpoint, it's annoying, but it's like things we don't really care about, or we're not watching it for, you know. But you know, you need to have depth to the character, and there's some good dialogue scenes. There's some really good, you know, dialogue stuff, and the use of, I'm just gonna say, orange juice. That was really suspenseful and really, really good. Again, big round of applause to Steven Stoneberg and the writer. I forgot the writer's name. I'm very bad of remembering names, you know. So yeah, that was, yeah, the twist, and I think the orange juice stuff, that was really good, really suspenseful. I was kind of like, oh, you know, when they're gonna, when the orange juice is gonna be used for the motive that the character wants. You understand? So, oh my god, there's so much traffic. So much traffic. Sorry about that, everybody. There's been some shit going on. I had to do a massive loop around the back, basically where I was. I don't know what the fuck. There's just some accident going on, but I can't remember what I was talking about, to be honest. And there's a fucking slow car behind me as well who's taking his time. That's it, go left. You going left? He's going left. Thank fuck for that, you fucking Jesus Christ. That guy was going too slow, man. So yeah, Presence. It was very interesting, not what I expected it to be. I am a bit disappointed because it wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but as I said, I think I'm coming out of it a lot better now because of the ending. I feel like the ending can really like make a movie, because if you have like a really good like film, like the whole time it's really, really good, and the ending's really bad, and you're coming out of it with the ending, so you know, it's like, it's just, yeah, it's very weird. Nice one, mate. Fucking hell. A bit of road rage going on. Everyone's being, there's no lights. What's going on? Ah! I'm gonna probably get in a fucking car crash in a minute because everyone's being weird. Some sort of curse on Gloucester. So yeah, wasn't kind of what I was expecting. But it said, yeah, so the ending can really make or break a film. You know, I think a beginning the whole film's important. But, you know, a beginning's more significant if you're like at home on Netflix, because you're just more likely to switch off. You're not going to really go out of a cinema. It's very rare that I see people leave a cinema after like, you know, the first 20 minutes or something like that. It's rare because people have paid for it. But the ending really made it a lot better, and the twist was really, really good. So yeah, Presence was an interesting experience. The acting, I think, was actually pretty good. I think some dialogue was, I think most part dialogue was okay, quite natural. And the dialogue was very natural, but just some of the stuff was probably just me being a bit pet peeve, a little bit cringy. But no, I'm not trying to, when I do these reviews, I'm just being as honest as I possibly can. Hello everybody, just editing the video now. I did realise I cut off, as always, I have not enough storage. That's the reason why that happened and why I cut off. But now, at least you, well, I basically got most of it out of my chest of the review of Deliverance. But ultimately a good film, not what I expected. But yeah, I'd give it a watch if you're interested in, if you liked Hereditary. I think that could be a good film. If you that could be a good film to watch. If you like slow kind of suspenseful films, sure. But if you like gore, action-packed slasher films, then nah, that is not your film. But yeah, everybody, have a nice day, evening, afternoon, whatever.